if I told you there's a state in our country that just tried and failed to ban TikTok? I'm your host, Thompson, and this is an IRL Media News Hot Take. Let's get into it. In a quote mistakenly attributed to Voltaire, the famous British writer Evelyn Beatrice Hall said, "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. For the record, I'm all for freedom of speech, and I generally have a libertarian, laissez faire approach to the government's involvement in limiting what a business can and can't do. I'm pretty sure a state trying to ban an app is not what the founding fathers had in mind. So what state has gotten all hot and bothered enough to try and go as far as to attempt to ban TikTok? If you had Montana on your bingo card, you'd be right. But they've run into some issues with their Dr. Evil-esque plan. Now, a federal judge has blocked Montana's TikTok ban, which would have been the first of its kind in the United States. To understand what's going on here, you have to go back to May of 2023, when Governor Greg Gillifant signed into law the bill SB 419, presenting as a way to help our shared priority to protect Montanans from Chinese Communist Party surveillance, end quote. Well, okay then. TikTok is pleased by this news, as you can imagine, but this isn't the end of the issue. So how did we get here in the first place? The TLDR of it is that Montana, of all places, wanted to be the first state in the country to ban TikTok, which is owned by the Chinese-based tech giant ByteDance. Oh, and there's that nagging rumor/fact that the Chinese government may or may not have access to all of TikTok's Chinese and US-based users. So there's that. So earlier this year, US lawmakers raised the question about the relationship between the Chinese government and the app's parent company ByteDance when they grilled TikTok CEO Xiao Zhinshu during a congressional hearing. These lawmakers, who had no idea what TikTok was until they asked their grandkids, all of a sudden were concerned that the Chinese Communist Party may be able to access data of US citizens. Nothing gets Americans' blood pumping quite like lawmakers painting the Chinese as poised to steal your data, even if they are completely wrong on this point. During the Trump administration, there was even talk about forcing ByteDance to sell their US subsidiary known as TikTok. But the company floated a new plan to try and reassure national security concerns with their Project Texas initiative, named, I imagine, in homage to the Alamo. But I digress. This plan was intended to ensure that the data of US citizens remains in the country via partnership with the enterprise tech giant Oracle, which store all of TikTok's US-based user data in their own data center located in, you guessed it, Texas. This plan went nowhere, as did the plan to force ByteDance to sell TikTok. So all this has emboldened Montana to take matters into their own hands and try and ban the app in their state. But they failed. TikTok has rapidly increased its revenue generation in the past few years, generating $9.4 billion in 2022. I'm guessing this might have a little something to do with the fact that they're funding their lobbying efforts to try and prevent the app from being banned. So for now, teenagers all across Montana can doom scroll TikTok until their hearts are content. If you like this video, do me a solid and smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks. I'm your host, Chris Thompson, and this has been an IRL Media News Hot Take.